Good morning, good morning. My name is Lucas Sanchez. I am the Long Island Director of New York Communities for Change, and I am so proud, so excited to be here this morning with all of you in front of Freeport Village Hall, because a new day is coming for the village of Freeport. A new day will be here for the village of Freeport on March 16th, when the residents of Freeport elect a new mayor. A new mayor that will stand up, that will fight, that will represent communities of color, black and brown communities in the village of Freeport, that will, at long last, invest in the communities that need the most resources, the most help, and that make Freeport the special place that it is, make it the diverse place that it is. I am so proud to announce that today, three of Long Island's progressive organizations are endorsing Carmen Pineyro for mayor of Freeport. New York Communities for Change, the Long Island Progressive Coalition, Make the Road New York, proudly announced their endorsement of Carmen Pineyro. So we're going to hear from a few representatives from each of the organizations. I will first pass the mic to our rep from the Long Island Progressive Coalition, Nia.
Hello, my name is Nia Adams. I'm from the Long Island Progressive Coalition, a multi-issue grassroots organization dedicated to social, economic, and racial justice. Freeport has endured repeated offenses of oppression and racism, from racist school lessons from a teacher who indicated to students to make light of the atrocities of slavery, to police brutality against Akbar Rogers by the Freeport police, and the legacy of redlining that maintains inequities in black and brown communities here in Freeport. It is time for a change. Communities in Freeport deserve better, and for this reason, this is why the Long Island Progressive Coalition is proud to endorse Carmen Pineyro for mayor.
Thank you, Nia, and thank you, Long Island Progressive Coalition. Our next speaker will be from Make the Road New York.
Hola, mi nombre es Dora Escobar y residente de aquí de la villa de Freeport. Como miembro del Make the Road Action, estamos aquí este día en apoyo a Carmen Pineyro. Pues como desde que conozco a Carmen siempre ha sido una líder comunitaria, una mujer fuerte, con convicciones, con mucho talento para poder ser parte manejar esta comunidad. Necesitamos gente como Carmen con esas convicciones progresistas en apoyo a nuestra comunidad. Freeport está, es mayoritariamente, es muy diversificada la comunidad aquí. Somos bastantes latinos, mayormente latinos, afroamericanos, blancos. Estamos pues una comunidad muy diversificada, pero nuestra comunidad está aquí en apoyo a Carmen y vamos por esa victoria, Carmen.
Amén.
Hi everyone, my name is Eliana Fernandez, lead organizer with Make the Road Action. I'm just going to give you a brief resume of what Dora said. She said my name is Dora Escobar. I am a leader with Make the Road Action, and we are here today proudly to endorse Carmen Pineyro for mayor of Freeport. Describe Carmen, we all know she's a powerhouse. She's been a long, dedicated leader of the community, and especially here in Freeport, where the majority we have communities of color, black and Latino, and we know that she has everything that we need in order to make Freeport a better community for all of us, and have like a true representation for someone who is like very progressive, and we know that she cares deeply about our issues. So we're like super thrilled and ready to bring this victory home. Yay!
Yay! Donna. Yes.
Thank you, Make the Road Action Fund. Our next speaker will be Fern Shivers, and she is representing New York Community for Change. Susan?
Come this way.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
You guys gotta come.
And I'm glad to be
right
here
here.
today because Freeport does need somebody who cares for the people of the community. Freeport needs to be more inclusive and diverse.
And I'm proud to say that my friend Carmen, my sister in struggle, is running for mayor. And we look for you to support her. She not only needs your votes, because you can vote for her, but when you vote for her, you have to stick with her to the end.
That's right.
You know, she
Amen.
can't do it alone. You know, it takes a community, so we not only want your votes, but we want you to stick with her to the end because she is your mouthpiece. And she's doing a wonderful job.
Thank you.
Thank you, TJ. The Long Island Progressive Coalition, Make the Road Action Fund, New York Communities for Change represent low-income communities of color. And our endorsement is only for those elected representatives that are fully 100% committed to representing the best interests of low-income communities of color on Long Island and in the state of New York. We cannot say enough about Carmen Pineyro. We cannot say enough about her values, her commitment, her ethics, and who she is and what she will represent for communities in the village of Freeport. So now I would like to introduce Ms. Donna Raphael.
Good morning. I'm Donna Raphael, and I'm a candidate running for the village trustee. I have along with me Dawn De La Yera.
Be careful, come
and
down.
we just wanted to say from the Alliance of Freeport how excited we are for this endorsement. Many of you know that we are going to be working very hard. We're going to be held accountable, and we're really excited from the Alliance of Freeport to be a part of this community and also to represent all of its residents, from the north to the south, from the businesses to our youth and our seniors. And thank you very much.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you, Donna. So now it is my great honor to introduce Carmen Pineyro. Carmen.
Good morning, everyone. Let me just say, I want to take this opportunity to say thank you to New York Communities for Change, the Long Island Progressive Coalition, and Make the Road New York. You know, it's been a long road, folks, but we're here today, and I'm excited to be running for mayor of the Incorporated Village of Freeport. My work with these organizations is over a decade. You know, I was just remembering bringing it back to 2009 during the real estate market crash, when our homeowners were facing foreclosure. I stood in these steps right here with Diane Goins from New York Communities for Change and then Mayor Harwick to make sure that we held banks accountable to provide the assistance to our homeowners so they wouldn't lose their homes. And then fast forward, we started seeing the plight of abandoned homes due to foreclosures. I came in, you know, I'm in banking, brought in the MERS Corporation, which is the registration process to register and find out who the owners of residents are. And then, you know, we get hit by Superstorm Irene and then Superstorm Sandy. And those processes allowed us to have a bank of properties to make sure that we know who to target, we know who will take care of the properties in our community. Lastly, our infrastructure. You know, Nia said something very key. She said that, you know, the laws and regulations of the 30s and the 60s created by the Department of Urban and Development, HUD, created disparities in communities by creating the redlining. It's 2021 and we're still feeling the aftermath of those events. So what I can tell you is this: the Alliance for Freeport, my teammates, myself, we have a master plan to make sure we not only address the problems of infrastructure. For example, it's not if, it's when the next, you know, sewage main is gonna bust. And that has been a major issue on the Nautical Mile and its adjacent street. But you know what? That's not only facing the south of Freeport, it's also affecting the north side of Freeport. We will bring the village of Freeport together through reimagining our communities. And how are we gonna reimagine our communities? By making sure that the new development of infrastructure, housing, environment is all together to make sure that the families, because we're about families, are able to stay here in Freeport and the grandparents are able to stay and see their children grow, but us as well make sure that Freeport become the light and the beacon that it was in the 50s and the 60s through the arts and the work. But socially, we're going to bring Freeport to be the foremost progressive, the foremost community that will show how to live collectively together and address the issues that we all have. Thank you so much for being here today. Once again, thank you, New York Communities for Change, Make Their Own New York, and Long Island Progressive Coalition for this endorsement. And I look forward to working with each of you to make sure we bring what's right to the village of Freeport.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. So that is exactly, Carmen's words are exactly why New York Communities for Change, the Long Island Progressive Coalition, and the Make the Road Action Fund are endorsing Carmen Pineyro. It's a new day for Freeport, and we urge everyone, all the residents of Freeport, who want change, who want a new Freeport, to come out to vote on March 16th. I want to thank everyone.